Alright, with the plenum out of the way, see the valve cover here? Those bolts are way down there. So yeah, we'll be taking off those coils there, coil packs. Yeah, look at the sludge build up inside the PCV. Yeah, if you're going to change spark plugs, now's the time to do it. What I've done is just pulled the plugs going to the 3 injectors here, and I'll be pushing that over here. Just hanging it up somewhere. Also, I have pulled the connectors off of the coil pack of number 1 here, and I've removed that coil pack. Got the wire off of number 2, or number 3 and 5 here. So I just got to take the bolts out of these 2 here and then pull those coil packs out. Now with all the coil packs removed, I took my spark plug wrench, loosened number 1 here. Have to have a smaller extension because of the slant here. The spark plug is removed now. There is a wireless harness bracket right here that mounts onto the cover, and I'm just going to 10mm nut on it. Now on the driver's side, right in front of the EGR tube, there's a harness here. I've got a wrench on it right now. I can't get a socket on it because it's too close to this tube here. And it's got a nut on. About to take that off. I need 2 hands for this one. This is pretty stout here. And this casing I was trying to lift up, was not able to do that because there is another nut holding it down. Had to move some tubes out of the way, but right here is another nut that holds it in place. And hopefully once we get this out, I should be able to lift it off the cover. Still here with the casing. I just took the latest nut off that was on the side. I've got my screwdriver, and I'm going to push it off the stud, and with my other hand I will take my other hand and pull once I get it past that stud, and we should be able to remove it from the cover at that time. Alright, going for the first valve cover bolt. I'm going to start with the hard ones first. Really cramped back here at the firewall. First one out. Alright, so there is a bolt right there in the cover, and that's right in front of that brace. Okay, so it's really hard to get a socket on that. Now the bolt is tilted towards that brace there. It's not straight up and down, so you have to I can't even get on it from here, but I needed a little more room, so what I did was I took a long pole. Actually, it was a handle from a shovel, and just stood back here and pushed that brace closer towards the firewall so I could get a socket on that bolt there really hard. I finally broke it, but I had to take a little break here. Let me show you. I've had to crawl up here, and let's see if I can. Bear with me 1 second. But yeah, that's how I had to get that loosened. Yeah, you can see, maybe you can see, really needs to be pushed to my right, back into to the right. Here's another angle. They really squeezed this engine in this car. There's no room to work at all. And before I can get the cover off, I'm going to have to take the EGR valve off. I was hoping to be able to maneuver it around, but there's no way I can do that. Alright, I was hoping to leave this box on. It's not a big deal, but I just wanted to take off as little as possible to do this job. But now I realize I'm going to have to take this out as well, and there's 3 bolts there. And then just slip it out from this duct right here. Reason being is the harness here is not allowing me to lift it up enough to get the cover off. So once I remove this housing here, this piece will go under, and there should be a nut or bolt holding it in place. Once I remove that nut or bolt, I should be able to lift it up a little higher. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, but I really can't see anything until I remove this cover. Alright, with that removed now, right there, that bolt, 10 millimeter, let's remove that. I don't know if it's a bolt or a nut. but you can see it's connected to that harness casing there. So let's remove that. Alright, so I removed that bolt. It was a bolt, and was able to slide the harness off. You can see there, but I wasn't able to move it up very much because there's another wire connected to the main wiring harness, and that is right there. That connector there, it's really hard to get to, so it's held on by this bracket right here, and I squeezed the plastic end of it, and I'm pushing it through the bracket. I just want to make sure that I put it back in place. Okay. Yeah, that frees it up a ton right there. Well, not a ton, but looks like there's another one right here. Yeah, so we're gonna have to deal with this one as well. Well, it's the same one. Looks like I'm gonna have to, I'm just gonna have to disconnect it here. I think I'm gonna need a screwdriver to do that. Just push the clip down. If you can see that or not. It's right there. So I was finally able to get that disconnected. That is a O2 sensor. Yeah, the connection, the other part of it's right here. Yeah, I've lifted up the harness about as much as I'm going to be able to. I could probably move some of these hoses maybe out of the way. Maybe get it up a little higher. I may have to do that, but let's see. Maybe we'll be able to manage with what we've got here. Probably need two hands to get this cover off. Go. So you can see all the vent holes are completely clogged. Here's a look at the sludged up valve cover. What's happening with the car is it's sucking up oil through the PCV hole here. So there is some vents somewhere. I can't really even see where they are. Yeah, after putting a oil can on this car, just a matter of 4 or 5 miles, the oil can was filled up with oil where the PCV valve had sucked it right up. So I'm going to try to open up some of these, clean all this up and open up the vent holes and try to get it to where it's venting properly from the baffle. So that's going to be a difficult job cleaning this thing up. Look at this vent hole right here. And this one here. That's crazy. All right, just putting it in place. Got to close that tab there, but first we have to seat it a little bit more. All right, here we are. Get them in place here. Here's the vents. You can see one hole there. I opened that up with a screwdriver. Here's the other vent. It's that's the biggest vent. It's all the way across, actually. Two smaller vents here. I put a screwdriver in there and pulled up on the baffle here to give it a little more ventilation. I wouldn't recommend that, but I'm driving an older vehicle that only has probably limited mileage remaining after this repair, so you know, I'm gonna do that. Try to get as many miles as I can still out of it. It's a 2002, but if it was a very good car, I would probably just buy this whole assembly. Another thing, yeah, I mean it's you know, it's riveted on here, so you can't take it off and clean it underneath, which is really what needs to be done. I'm not sure about the design on this. I think it probably needs more venting. So anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and just put it back on. Old grommet removed, new grommet in place. Okay, so I got the cover here, and I put some black RTV material underneath the blue gasket here, the Velcro gasket. And let that set up. So the Velcro gasket is now held in place with that RTV, so it shouldn't be flopping around. That's pretty important because I'm going to have to put it down on that mating surface there. As you can see, the slant there, so kind of want it to be already sealed in place. What I'll be doing is lubing up the top of these tubes here with just some motor oil or silicone, probably motor oil in my case. Made sure I've got clearance here as much as I can possibly get. I've already tried the path out. I think I'll be able to get it on okay. But y'all lube the top of those or around the rims here. Let's see, make sure that the mating surface is clean and dry. Oh yeah, I'm going to put some black RTV down there in the corner, right there, and on the other side, over there, you can't see it. Over here, there are some half moon inserts. I did not replace those. I think they're plastic. You can see one right there. I'm going to go ahead and put some RTV on top where the junction is, but where they end at and the metal begins. So there's no gapping there. I'll put some some RTV there to seal that up. So put some lubricant in here. Something is dropped in here, I thought. Last time to vacuum if you need to do that. It's about as clean as I'm going to be able to get that. So it's pretty much a Hail Mary with this car. So hopefully we can get the cover on, and it'll still run for a while. So that last shot, my camera died. Wasn't able to show putting the cover on. We were able to do that, and it's actually been about 4,000 miles since the video was last shot. The car no longer smokes from the exhaust. Now it has proper crankcase ventilation. PVC system's working like it's supposed to. Now I did blow some seals during the time that we had all the sludge building up, not able to escape the pressure, I guess. Did blow some seals. I have replaced those, and the car is running so much better. actually may be around for a little longer than I expected, so that's good. So anyway, that's about all I can show you right there. But yeah, no leaking from the covers. Again, we cleaned bank 2 earlier, so both covers are now venting properly, and like I said, no smoking. So thank you for watching the video. Until next time, have a great day. Take care.